Welcome back to a single explanation. Today I show you in drama sci-fi film 2015. Our title is High Rise. At the beginning of the movie we see that the film opens with Dr. Robert Lang living in an attacked skyscraper tower block, killing a canine and spit simmering its leg. 90 days sooner, the 40-story tower on the edges of London, worked by regarded modeler Anthony Royal, is the exemplification of stylish, present-day living. Affluent occupants live on the highest levels, and less fortunate inhabitants live underneath. With conveniences including a pool, rec center, spa, general store, and grade school, the tenants have little motivation to leave the structure past working hours and become progressively segregated from the rest of the world. Lang, who moves on to the 25th floor after his sister passes on, starts a sexual relationship with single-parent Charlotte Melville and turns into a caring figure to her child, Toby. Lang additionally gets to know narrative movie producer Richard Wilder and his pregnant spouse Helen, who live in a low-level loft with their kids. While Lang drives a physiology class in looking at a cut-off head, an understudy named Monroe's wounds and is given a preparatory cerebrum examine. The following day, Lang is taken to the 40th story penthouse to meet Royal, who welcomes him to a party tossed by his self-important spouse, Anne. The get-together ends up being an 18th century ensemble party where Lang's regular suit is mocked by Anne and different visitors, including Monroe, who additionally resides in the structure. Embarrassed, Lang is set up out of the party and becomes caught in a lift during a blackout. Such blackouts are becoming normal, alongside water being turned down and trash chutes becoming obstructed, so as to bother occupants. Regal tells Lang these are just developing torments of another structure. Monroe's mind filters confess all. However, a vindictive Lang persuades him to think he has a cerebrum cancer. Another blackout touches off an evening of debauched celebrating all through the skyscraper, and an alcoholic Monroe ends it all by leaping off the 39th floor. Dubious that no police show up to research, Wilder becomes plan on uncovering the shameful acts inside the tall structure. Peace and lawfulness in the structure break down as brutality and depravity become typical. Trash stacks up, food turns out to be scant, and class fighting ejects between floors. Lang gives indications of mental unsettling influence, viciously beating a man, blockading himself in his condo, and engaging in sexual relations with Helen. More stunning, having been beaten by upper-floor inhabitants, chooses to kill Royal, trusting him liable for the mayhem. It is suggested that Royal has paid off specialists to overlook the issue. Getting a weapon from the Royal's previous maid, Wilder discovers that Toby is Royal's ill-conceived youngster. Breaking into Charlotte's loft, Wilder torments and assaults her for data on Royal. A TV newsreader named Cosgrove, the main upper-floor inhabitant who actually leaves for work, is killed by a group of lower-floor occupants. Some upper-floor occupants butcher Anne's pony for meat and ask Lang to lobotomize Wilder as a hazardous instigator. In the wake of leading a mental assessment, Lang denies, expressing that Wilder is potentially the sanest man in the structure. Lang is almost lost the pinnacle, yet Royal intercedes. He derives to Lang that the disappointment of the Great Ascent may really be a sort of accomplishment, a cauldron for change that could lead inhabitants to get away to another life. Helen brings forth her past due child. More out-of-control advances toward the penthouse, shoots Royal dead, and bites the dust on account of Royal's ladies, as Toby looks on through his kaleidoscope. The film closes as it started in the assaulted tall building. Brutality has subsided to some degree since numerous occupants are dead or have escaped. Lang seems to have gone crazy, talking about himself and to others as an outsider looking in. He rests with Charlotte, mirroring that what has happened will ultimately happen in the second pinnacle of the turn of events. The film finishes off with Toby paying attention to a radio station of Margaret Thatcher announcing that where there is state-private enterprise there can never be political opportunity. And guys, how did you like the explanation of the High Rise movie? We will definitely write in the comment section and share. Subscribe and like for such amazing videos, and see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Folded hands, blue heart.